was living a lie. In the darkness, I was scared of the light. With no direction, I was running away. I'd step outside, enjoy the ride. Enjoy the ride.
So you try to be, again, multi-partial, but at first, because they don't know you, Molly's maybe, I've done the pre-circle with Molly. She's skeptical, she's a little scared. What you do is reintroduce yourselves. You can't introduce yourselves enough. And we've had situations where the woman comes first, or the man comes, and they just walk in. They haven't talked with each other. They're a little bit aloof, and we're not. Oh, why don't you talk with him? Why don't you talk with it? That doesn't happen. We just let it go. And then we get into, at some point we're in my office in circle. And even some people might set it up where, oh, your mediations are this way. The mediator asks right away, do you want to mediate in the same room? And I don't even give them a suggestion of that. If somebody says, do I have to be in the same room? I'll just try to hear about that. I'm not saying, oh, no, you don't have to be. There's a room right over there. I just want to, and once you get the dialogue process, I want to listen to what that is, and usually they'll go on and on. Well, I want to be in the same room, but I don't want to be in the same room, but I want to be in the same room, but I don't want to be in the same room. So anyway, so then we have Bill come up. Okay. So in this circle, I'm facilitating. We'll have 2 advocates, family innocence advocates. And then Tom's going to co-facilitate with me, okay? And so we would probably do the go around the room moment. So I'll do that really, really quick. So everybody, why don't we just kind of pause for a minute now that we're in the circle? And you can either close your eyes or find one thing to focus on, and maybe take a few breaths and tell me what's coming up for you in this moment. And when you're ready, you can just start. So what's coming up for me is, and I'm Michelle MacDonald, I'm going to be facilitating. Here is, I'm just so glad you're here. Molly, thank you for coming. And Bill, this is all about the 2 of you. We're just going to facilitate some communication here, but that's what's coming up for me, that I'm just really glad that you're here.
My name is Tom. I'm a co-facilitator. Thank you for letting me sit in and helping you. What's coming to me is, this is your process. We're here to help you, so we want to let you both know your communication. You feel free to communicate. This is all about, you can say whatever it is that you want to say. You're here to be heard. So again, everything you want, this is for you, so you can be totally heard, and we get you through to move forward in a good process, so you can communicate.
Hi, I'm Karen. I'm an advocate with Family Innocence. I'm here because I've been through a similar situation, and I'd like to be able to help both of you out. And I'm in a learning process, so I really appreciate you letting me sit in.
Hi, I'm Molly, and I was just invited to come to this circle and just try to help figure out what we can do with my son, and I just hope that I can stay where I'm at, my Cato, and but I'm just glad you're here too. Thank you.
I'm Lori, and I am here sitting in as a family innocence advocate. Very glad to be here with both of you, and it's nice to see that you're both here. You agreed to be here today. I have also gone through the family innocence process, and it was an amazing process. And I just hope that you will experience what I experienced going through this process with Bruce, who is my ex-husband, but it was, again, he's my friend, so it was really a wonderful process. So glad to be here with you. I support both of you, and I'm here to listen to both of you.
I'm Bill. I'm here for the help as well. And I'm not only here for myself, but I'm here on behalf of my junior, Bill Jr. I'm here because I want a peace for him. And that's my result. That's what comes to me. He needs peace. He needs the peace. What I heard, some of those things just remind him exactly what he's going through. And he needs the peace. He needs the peace. And I hope me and Molly, we can come in agreement and we can work this out. And then we can work together. Yes, thank you.
So at this teaching moment, and this really works, we do a listening exercise, okay? So we all separate out. Usually we wouldn't do a listening exercise with Molly, the two of you, yet, but we'd break out with you, and we've all done this earlier. We do the A-B, we time it. Everybody's confused, but you have their attention in the room, and so you did a little bit of it because I got, you actually talked. You did a listening exercise today, so we're not going to do it, but just so you know, I think that really works to do that, to take the time to do that listening exercise when you're coming into circle. Because they don't know what circle is, and they don't know what the dialogue process is that you're going to be teaching them, and that kind of thing. And what I've learned on occasion is you give them a talking piece. Now, over the years, we've grabbed candy off the, and they just start talking with the candy. It gets a little, it's chaotic at first. You want it to be chaotic. You don't want it to be, and I'm here, and I'm Bill, and I just want, you want it them to be out of sorts a little bit, because then they'll start to get the rhythm. After a while, they'll start to, and we'd probably be scheduling this for like 3 hours. What I'd pass out at this point is the talking piece, those 5 rules I told you about, that it's a consent process. So those are in your handouts. We do give handouts at these meetings. Now, I've already done a pre-circle with Molly, so Molly has seen the video. She's actually talked. We've told her we're an organization to keep families out of court. She can't know everything about our organization, obviously, but she at least gets that impression, hey, they don't want me and Bill to go to court. So what typically happens is we try to move them into talking to each other, like almost immediately. So after the listening exercise, and your materials are in there. Yes?
I was just curious, what are the advocates for? Are they aligned with each party, and do they talk privately with them, or what is their role?
That's a good question. Originally, we had an advocate for the husband and an advocate for the wife. We set it up kind of that way. This was with a group. And then it just morphed into sometimes there's no advocate. That you would ask them at the mediation, would you like to have an advocate? They'd normally say no. And then it kind of morphed into, I think it's a good idea to have an advocate. I don't think Lori had an advocate because she had me. I was her advocate. She could call me. I wasn't in the meetings. See, an advocate is just somebody who's advocating for the that something happens good for your solution. So anybody can be an advocate. Formally, the advocate, they're going to help maybe with the paperwork. They're going to be there to answer questions. They're not an advocate. They're an advocate for the family. Remember, it's like multi-partial. They're not an advocate for one or the other. So if you look up advocate, Jesus was an advocate, okay? So he didn't advocate for, he's called the primary advocate. And he didn't say, oh, I'm just advocating for little Bill, or I'm just advocating for big Bill. So the advocate's just there to kind of maybe answer some questions. I mean, Karen did a perfect job with an explanation of a circle. You can explain. I could probably go around the room after this, and maybe I will, and ask you what's a circle, and you need to. You'll have an elevator speech. You had a perfect elevator speech, and her and I've done the dialogue process with her and her family members, so she knows the dialogue process. So. Okay, so now I'm going to say what was said or done that you brought to circle. So, Bill. Who do you want to talk to here in the room?
With Molly.
So, what do you want to say to Molly?
Molly?
The microphone's a talking piece, by the way.
I could appreciate it. We could have done all this matter in a cordial way. Not to bring our son in the middle of this. Sounds like he knows more than me. When you should tell me that story, tell me that my situations where we could have come in, like I started, with the evaluator, trying to come with that, trying to bring a mediation. But I always got to answer no. You didn't want to go through that until the last thing that I could have done is just to file the motion. And that's where we're at right now. I wanted to know that I wanted you to be happy, which is beautiful, that you are happy, but you don't see in the meantime that you are destroying our son. Why? Because now he's far away from me. I'm far away from him. How do you feel if I do this to you? I don't wish nothing like that to you, because if you were in my shoes, how do you feel? We couldn't done this in a different way. You couldn't come to me and tell me exactly what you want. And probably by the time I couldn't just say yes. Go ahead, I give you the permission, the consent. But it's too late now. Now who's in pain and who's going through by all this is Bill Jr. But I wanted to make peace with you because I deserve peace. And especially our son, that he deserved the peace. He deserved to see his father. There's a lot of kids up there that don't have their role model. And I'm here for him. I wanted you to know I wanted the very best. But we couldn't done this in a different way. And you know this. Thank you.
So, Molly, what did you hear Bill say? Not, and invariably they start to butt in, they start to argue. No, it's, he's okay. And it invariably, teaching moment, don't they? Don't they? They jump right in. No, he's fine, da-da-da-da-da. They want to argue. So we have to get them back to, what did you hear Bill say? And sometimes they'll say, I don't know. And that's because they're not listening. They're not listening. They're not hearing, We get to the hearing eventually. But so then the dialogue is this simple, What do you want to say to Molly? And Molly, what did you hear Bill say?
I heard that Bill thinks that you think that I didn't let us do this in a better way, and you just wish that we would have, and that you say our son is suffering. And you said you wanted me to be happy. And you said that you just think you deserve peace. And he does as well, I guess. I heard that he just wished I didn't do it differently. So.
And you try not to interrupt. It's okay to have a pause, which sometimes I'll be like, because you have to just pray for patience during the whole thing. Pray for self-control, when you're in the circle facilitating. So now I'm going to say, Bill, was that it? Was that what you wanted to communicate to Molly?
One part, yes. The other part is like it could have been since day one, since Bill Jr. If we didn't have this child together, we probably won't be in this situation. I don't know how much your friends, the two friends that you have, they've been doing the same thing with their fathers. They have children as well, and especially Crystal and Nicole. They have children with two different fathers, and they're not allowed to see them. So pretty much you've been learning that from them as well. All that come to me, this is the third person, and how we can just follow them, chain around, and instead of cutting that, and cutting from the root. And I spoke with you about this before. How you can have a friend that they're going to teach you something that is like a rotten fruit with a good fruit. They cannot be together because the rotten fruit is going to poison the other one. I would love to, it could have been that, but thank you that at least you listen and hear exactly how I feel. I'm beyond past the hurt because the whole court system had hurt me. But I wanted to see if you are willing to work it out this, even though you already moved. What do you think we can do this better? Just by you staying over there just because you're ma'am? What about if this doesn't work? If this is not going to work with this person, so you're going to bring our son kind of playing with that? When our son has been in the school for 6 years, 7 years, since kindergarten, in the same city, what we know, and now out of nowhere you just move, just because you don't want to be with your parents anymore? How old are you? You are older now. You couldn't done that a different way. I'm not here to tell you what to do. I just telling you how does it feel. I'm the adult here as well. I feel pain. Can you imagine our son?
What did you hear Bill say?
He just thinks I'm not mature, and that I just went there because I don't know, because I want to go, and I'm not thinking about anybody else but me, and I want to go. So, our son is fine, and
Well, you're just going to say what you heard him say.
oh, well,
At this point, you'll get your chance to speak.
okay. Well, he doesn't seem to think it's nice of me to take our son there. You don't think it's okay that I take him there, and you say it's causing him trauma, and that my friends are not good friends for me, and somehow they're going to contaminate me, and so that's what I'm hearing, and that you don't like my friends, and you wonder about my relationship with my boyfriend, and I think he's great. So,
You'll get an opportunity.
oh, sorry. Okay.
That's one thing, teaching moment, you want to be clear about. Because they'll all of a sudden start jumping in before they've been fully heard. And this could go on for a while until it lands eventually. yes. And they'll always, that's the one thing you want to be the general about as a facilitator talking, because I'm pretty abrupt, like, no, talk to him. And sometimes, they're like, oh my God, I have to talk to him. And they'll always flip back, and they'll always start in with what they want to say. So that's why the listening exercise is really important before we get to this point. So I'm just going to say, was that it?
Well, I can go on more and on, but
And if he says yes, the answer, you say, is there more? That's how you lead them into talking some more. And he just said it. And sometimes they said, is that it? And they say yes. And then they start talking again, so wasn't it? So you have to watch for that, right? They'll say, no, I'm done. And sometimes, at the beginning of this, sometimes they're not saying, you just, is that it? Yes. No. Is there more? No. And so hasn't that happened?
Yes.
And then you have to kind of watch for those cues. No, that I have nothing more to say except blah, 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 blah. And then you're like, okay, tell her. Has a few more things to say. I had one that I did, and I was doing the demonstration, and it was real, just like it's real for Bill, and she was talking to me, and I'm like, is there more, is there more, is there more, and talking to the school, and then we said, okay, demonstration over, and she's like, wait a minute, I didn't get to say this, and this. So is there more?
yes. Molly, just consider this, please, that we can, maybe you and Bill can take counseling since that we're not together, or maybe as a family, kind of like all three, which we're not family, we're not together, but I doing this because I'm going to counseling on my own. And counseling is for people that wants to get help, people wants to be better in life. And I believe that our son needs that. Have you ever had in consideration? And you don't like to do stuff like that. But I respect that. But I would love to. At least you can take that in consideration. If it's something our judge can write it down in a consent and say that our son can go to counseling with you or with me in our time. Because all this matter is not about us, it's about him. And the next thing I would love to address as well, that could have been, instead of going through other people, I get that you have friends and family, but instead of giving you good advice, what they're doing is destroying my relationship with our son. There's any way that you can cut that? When it's something between you and our son is between our three of us, why have to be something else in between? That's what I'm just asking you to see if you can take a consideration to go to counseling, because a counselor can help you with this too. Like the same way that he's helping me right now, my own counselor with this, why not can help you with this? We couldn't resolve this in a different way.
Molly, what did you hear Bill say?
I'm hearing him say that. I'm hearing you say that you think we should go to counseling, and that you think it would help us, and that you don't think I should go to my friends and ask them things, and talk to them because you don't like them. So I guess I should go to the counselor and consider that maybe that might help me, because you think that our son would benefit. So that's what I'm hearing at this point.
Was that it?
At the moment,
Is there more?
definitely. But I'm gonna leave it like that, Molly. I think you deserve to talk to.
What did you hear him say that time?
You Just now? He says you say there is more that you want to talk about, but right now you're just gonna. It's okay that you want the counseling and that you think that's what I should do too, and that's where you're at right now. I don't think we don't need to talk more about this right now. Is that what I'm hearing?
Was that it?
Yes.
Is there more?
Not at the moment, Molly.
Okay, so Molly, it's your turn to speak. What would you like to say to Bill? And sometimes we can direct it because there's only 2 people in the room. If the child was in the room, or even her friends could be in the circle, then you would be asking people, what would you like to contribute? Who would you like to talk to? They're always directing it to a certain person in the room, not the whole room, but although they've done the whole room. I had somebody actually the other day, I'm always learning, like they passed me the talking piece. And then I'm like, I'm the facilitator, They said, what did you hear me say? And I was just like, I heard you say, and I got it wrong. She was thinking I was getting dates right. Do you remember that? Like, I heard you say that, there was some separation or something like that, and it was it. And then she said, no, my separation was on that. I was still not separated at that point, blah, 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 blah. So that'll happen too. So, but when you're facilitating, you're trying to keep people in the room talking, because they would end in 5 minutes. If you didn't keep them going. They both want to be here. They might want to grandstand and jump out of the room and all of that, but so now it's Molly's turn, and you might say, Molly, what do you want to say to Bill?
I just want to say that, I want my friends. They're important to me, and I just feel like you want me to let go of them, and they're important. They've been there for me this whole time, and so I need them, and I know you don't like them, but I hope to keep my friends and my family. So, but if you think psychology would help, I might give it a try, and just hope that I can still, I want my family and my friends to be respected, and my boyfriend, to be a part of it, and he's important to me. So, yes, I want our son to be happy and safe, peaceful. So I understand that you want that too, and I just want to make sure that I can still have my friends, and you're not gonna try to make me be with other people. I want to do what I want to do, and I'm happy where I'm at. So, but I'll maybe do counseling. I think I'm hearing. That's what I want to say at this point.
Bill, what did you hear Molly say?
I hear, Molly, that you're saying that you love your friend, you want to be with them. You don't want me to take them away from you, even your family as well. But I hear you saying as well that you take in consideration to go to my counseling, which is great.
You're just saying what she said, not commenting on it at this point. And you would do this in the facilitator when he starts saying, and that's him communicating what he wants to communicate. So you do have to watch for those items.
So are you saying that you want to take in consideration that counseling? There's anything else you want to tell me about it?
So that's what invariably happens. So you'll get your chance to speak again. But right now I'm asking, what did you hear Molly say?
That she doesn't want me to... Molly, I hear you saying you don't want me to talk about your friends, that I don't like them. I hear from you saying that you want to still keeping your family involved in all this. And
Okay. Molly, was that it?
Yes, and I just really want him to know. I hope I want to stay where I'm at. Just wanted to make sure that I don't want to move. But yes, I want my family. That was right. Yes.
Is there more?
I think my family is hurt by some of the things you said to them, and I just would like you to apologize to my dad for some of the things you said about him and my family. And my son here, he loves his grandparents too, and he cares about them and what they think about you, and so he's hurt by that right now. So that's what I wanted to say.
What did you hear Molly say that time?
Molly, I hear from you saying that you are good where you at, and you're gonna stay in there, and that you say that I need to apologize to your father as well, and that our son knows that those things too as well, and that you wanna just continue where you at with that.
Is that it, Molly?
Yes, that's correct.
Is there more?
Sure. Just just understand that my family's they mean a lot, and I really value them, and I just wish you would value how much they care about me, and I just wish you would understand that they just want me to be in a good place, and everyone thinks people seem to think it's good for me to be where I'm at in Mankato, and that's all.
What did you hear Molly say?
Molly, I hear from you saying that you good where you at, that your family is valued to you, and they always will be, and that I need to just respect that because that's what you want to be, and that's what it matters to you.
Was that it?
Yes, that's it. That sounds.
Is there more?
Not right now.
What did you hear Molly say that time?
That you don't have anything else at this moment or right now. Thank you.
Was that it?
Yes, that's correct.
Is there more?
Yeah, but I don't want to talk right now.
What did you hear her say that time?
That at this moment you're good, but there's more still, but you don't want to talk about that.
Was that it?
Yeah, pretty much.
Is there more?
Yes, but a different day when I feel better.
So sometimes, we're getting the cues here. I wasn't getting a cue that they're not going to talk with this at it. But it does get to be like they're going, oh my God, all I said was a few words. But they're starting to understand and hear each other, right? So if you ignore a few words, I think the biggest word that I hear and we're hearing is there is more, right? So they have to hear that there is more. That's good. That means that they're not done. So now you get to talk to Molly. Is there anything that you want to say?
Molly, I just wanted to say thank you for coming in. I didn't expect that you will be able to come in. And I just want to say thank you, Tom and Karen and Lori, for being here and for give us the opportunity that me and Molly that we can work our case and work this thing in a properly way and use those tools that we learned today. And I hope Junior can learn this from us that you can work those things might be in your own house, and I can work those in my own place as well. And then and I hope that we can continue coming here and get more help from them, if it does, if it requires. If it's not, I guess you and me, we can just talk about this. And thank you. You know my number already, I guess. So.
What did you hear Bill say, Molly?
I just heard him think great. He's just, I see you thanked everybody for coming and helping us out today, and that you're open to me contacting you outside of here because we have each other's phone number. So you hope that we can figure this all out, and that you're glad we're here. I think right now.
Was that it?
Yes.
Is there more?
Not anymore for today.
What did you hear Bill say?
He doesn't have anything. He doesn't want to talk anymore today.
I wanted to tell you, almost all the time, by the end of the 3 hours, they're like laughing, like, what is this girl doing? Is there more? I mean, there starts to be this, they're going to get their rhythm. Like, it might be the second session or the third session or at the end, but suddenly they're going to start to get a rhythm. And I don't have to say, is there more? Is there more? Is there more? Or speak to him. And then they come in the second session, don't they? And they're talking right to each other. They know exactly what they're supposed to do. They know we're just facilitating. So when you say describe a circle, here's what it is when you can get to that point.
I would like to come back, but I would like to bring my best friend.
Well, I request you write an apology letter.
I wouldn't call her poison fruit and good fruit.
So you want all of us to stay late at work because you might have traffic on the way back?
That bike is sexy. Growing up, I was living a lie. In the darkness, I was scared of the light. With no direction, I was running away. I tried to cover that I'm losing my mind. Now it's over. I wonder, a new beginning, it's a new way of life. Another chapter, why not give it a try? This hopeful journey needs an open mind to discover the treasure inside. I'm The clouds are running away. I can see the colors every day. I walked away from the fire, and now I'm living in grace. You never know the world until you open your eyes. Never see the truth until you look past the lies. Mother Nature is waiting for you to arrive. Step outside, step outside. Enjoy the ride. Yeah, yeah.
So Michelle is going to leave us with the Family Innocence theme song. We know it's going to be catching on everywhere. So take it away, Michelle.
And I won't have my husband Tom sing with me this time.
Or me.
You guys are all blessed.
Okay. Camera. Start spreading the bird, beginning today. We want to be no part of it, the family court. The bird is the word. It's flying away to make a brand new start of it. No family court. We want to wake up in a household where we can sleep instead of fearing a judge ready to peep. These family court blows are melting away. We will get to the heart of it with no delay. If we can do it here, we'll do it everywhere. No family court, no family court. One more line. If it is not a crime, we are not doing time in family court. No